Speaking to me now is victorious Rhys Edwards. Rhys, another victory. How do you assess your performance?
I boxed right. Obviously, I won every round comfortable, very easy. Caught him some lovely shots. I felt I hurt him and walled him a few times, but I just couldn't finish him. But I boxed quite well, but there's more to come.
I noticed you got a cut on your left eye there, a few stitches. When did the cut occur?
First round, I think, going to the end of the first round, he caught me with his head and cut me, but it wasn't a problem.
I mean, is that the first time you've been cut as a pro and an amateur?
Yeah, but boxing, but I've been cut doing other stuff like boxing.
What do you think of Rhys's performance like, Gary?
Yeah, listen, he did okay in spells. He showed his class, just rushed it a little bit. But look, he's a baby. He's 19 years of age, and he's fighting these guys where, you know, they throw a punch and then they come low and then they rugby tackle you. So you might land one on them, you might land two on them, but then you struggle to follow up. So, you know, I thought Rhys nearly had him out of there in the third round, but the guy survived. Credit to him. But look, it's all experience, and it's like I always say to Rhys, you know, if you get rounds under the belt, then it's great, and any stoppages or knockouts is a bonus.
So were you encouraging Rhys to try and go for the stoppage, or were you just telling him to try and box his way to points?
Obviously, you know, I just say box, you know, box and look good. But then, obviously, you know, you catch them and the old red mist comes up and you try to finish them. So he did rush it in spells, but, you know, you're never going to see the best of Rhys fighting these guys. But, you know, couple that with the fact that I don't really want to rush him, because so he's going to carry on fighting these people over 6 rounds, 8 rounds, maybe a step up from this class, just to get him the experience. Because as I say, he's still only 19.
I noticed at least once or maybe twice you turned southpaw. Was that something you've worked on, or was that just something that happened in the fight?
No, I've been doing a bit in the gym, just switching southpaw, just trying out really, just learning. It's all learning fights, so I'm just trying new stuff and picking up experience along the way.
I noticed online there was some talk a couple of weeks ago of a possible fight with Jacob Robertson, who's behind you warming up there. I mean, Guy just mentioned there you want to try and hold Rhys back a little bit for the time being. I mean, but how long are you going to be able to hold him back with, I suppose, the fans and people like me asking questions, or when he's going to be fighting for titles, basically?
As long as it takes, really. I mean, listen, all these things online is good, and all kinds of people getting involved when they shouldn't get involved. It should have been between Rhys and Jacob Robinson. It was a little bit of banter on our behalf, you know. He said, "Oh, did you see what I just wrote?" And I just said, "Oh, you should have kept your mouth shut." I'm not into all that crap. It's a load of bullshit, and people can say what they want. This guy is going to come out on top of anyone that he fights, but he is not going to be rushed. You know, got a lot of respect for Jacob Robinson, as we have for everybody else in Wales. But as I said, at this moment it's just talk and it's just banter.
Is it sometimes people forget how young Rhys is, only still 19?
I think that's what it is, you know, and perhaps they're trying to catch him young, because he's only going to get better and better and better. But as I say, you know, he's a kid. And sometimes his youth can be, a big advantage and a big disadvantage, because sometimes when you're looking so good, people feel the need to rush. But he's got a steady old head, getting older all the time with me in his corner, and obviously Mo Pryor as well. So he's got a good team behind him, and we're just going to take it fight by fight.
And Rhys, are you putting pressure on your trainer Gary and your manager Mo to get tougher fights, or are you happy just continuing as you are?
They know what they're doing, so I just leave that stuff to them and I just fight who's put in front of me.
And you had a big army of fans here tonight.
Yeah.
I could hear them cheering on, led by your dad as always. Do you want to give a shout out to them?
Well, yeah, I'd like to thank everyone who come and watched me today. I think I've done about 100 tickets, so a big crowd down here. And I'd like to thank all my sponsors who plastered all over my kit.
There's enough of them.
Yeah, there's enough of them. Big thank you to everyone. And I really do appreciate it.
And the toughest question for you both now, I'll ask you first, Rhys. Who's going to win the football tonight?
I hate football. Man United. It was a joke. Definitely Spurs.
And Gary, I believe you're a Liverpool fan, am I right in saying?
Lifelong Liverpool fan. When I was training in Liverpool, used to have a season ticket up there. So obviously, it's a massive night for me, and it's come on the night where Jay Harris boxes for his European title. So I just hope that I'm not in the ring and I'm watching the screen there. But I can't see that happening. But obviously, it's a one-off game, isn't it? And anybody can win. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that the mighty Reds can do it.
Okay, cheers, guys. All the best for the future. Cheers, boys.